Hello my friends! Today I want to talk about drugs in USA. There are many states in USA and every state has its own laws, and I want to talk about California, where I am right now, which is one of the most democratic states, and I am living near San Francisco, which is one of the most democratic cities in the world. So let's start with alcohol, which is one of the most popular drugs in the world. The usage of alcohol is limited in California. You cannot drink alcohol in public places, but there are many pubs and bars and restaurants, of course, where you can do it. Americans are very talkative, and they often go to bars where they can drink something, especially they like beer. And many of Americans has their own brewery where they can produce their own craft beer. But in general, you cannot drink alcohol in America until you are 21 years old. So if you want to buy alcohol in the store, you usually need to show your ID. And also, sometimes you can buy alcohol only in limited amount. So if you want to buy more, better bring your friend with you. Americans have strict rules while you are driving, being drunk. And if they will find that you have more than 800% of promille of alcohol in your blood, you could be arrested and put in jail maximum for 1 year. So if you were stopped and the cop wants to check if you are under alcohol, you still can tell him that you want to be checked only in police station. And here you have a chance to make yourself sober while you are on your way to the police station. Now let's talk about tobacco. As I see, Americans don't like to smoke, and most of people who are smoking, they are immigrants. And most of these people, unfortunately, from former USSR countries. And you can smoke only in special dedicated places. You cannot do it near the building or in public places. Also, if you want to buy cigarettes in the store, again, you need to show your ID because you need to be 21 years old to do that. I found that some people prefer smoking cigars because there are really good cigars here. People buy them from Latin America or South America. They are cheap, of good quality, and you can see sometimes that some guy who's stuck in the traffic, he can open the window of the car and start smoking the cigar to not wait while he's in traffic. Now let's talk about marijuana. As you know, marijuana was legalized in many states in America. In some states it was fully legalized, in some states only for medical usage, some states just decriminalized the usage of marijuana, and there are few states in the middle of America that don't legalize any usage of marijuana. California was the first state which legalized the usage of medicine marijuana, and it happened in 1996, and in 2012 Colorado and Washington legalized marijuana for recreational usage, and California also legalized marijuana for recreational usage in 2016. I was here before it happened, and I cannot say that there is a significant difference in usage of marijuana because it still was easy enough to get the marijuana before that. There were people who had a medicine license and they could write you a prescription, and you can take this prescription and buy marijuana in some drug stores. But now there are many drug stores and drug shops almost in every town. When we are talking about legalizing marijuana, there are pros and cons. And compared to other drugs, it's still strange why we, for example, can use alcohol and cigarettes but cannot use marijuana for our personal needs, right? But one of the main pros is that marijuana can be helpful for medicine usage. It could be a good painkiller or antidepressant. But of course you need to do that using recommendations of your doctor, because frequent usage can be harmful for your health and for well-being. Interesting fact that when marijuana was legalized, the amount of crime in the states which are close to Mexico was significantly reduced, such as robbery, murders, and drug traffic. Teens cannot use marijuana until they are 21 years, but it's known then that most of teens tried marijuana before they tried alcohol. Marijuana is very popular in San Francisco. Sometimes you can feel the smell in whole districts or blocks, and you often can see homeless people, for example, who smoke just on the streets. And as you know, probably San Francisco is built on the hills, and sometimes in the hollows this smoke can be forever, and I don't know how people live there. In California you can plant a small dose of marijuana in your home, and you can legally have not more than 6 plants and produce these plants, but this place should be isolated and not visible. But of course everybody could feel the smell, I think, all the block around. If you travel to another state where marijuana is not legalized, you still can have some plant with you, and nobody could stop you with that, but you still need to use it only for your purposes, not to distribute or sell someone else. Okay, what about other drugs? I heard that some Americans have their own personal supply of psychedelics, and these psychedelics could include mushrooms or LSD or something else. LSD is quite popular in these places. There is a theory that LSD was invented in Berkeley Institute, which is right near San Francisco. And we have a big psychedelic community which is called Psychedelic Society, and almost 5,000 people there. They regularly meet, they have meetups, some events, and it's been said that they don't distribute LSD during these events. There is an interesting trend in Silicon Valley of usage of LSD in microdoses for stimulating your creativity. And there are startups who can consult you how to use LSD to stimulate your brain, or can sell you some kit which doesn't include LSD because it's illegal. I haven't heard about using heroin or cocaine from my friends or their friends, but I know that some teenagers use cocaine during some parties, school parties, like proms. Okay guys, that's it from my side about drugs. Take care and see you. Bye.